All right, everybody, welcome to today's partner update. I know it's been, a couple months since we've all had a chance to connect. I've missed you guys. I know I've been in touch with a few of you since the turn of the new year, but certainly not quite as much as I hoped. So I've been eager to put together this webinar because we've been up to quite a bit of activity at iFlip, and we owe it to you guys as certified partners to keep you up to speed on what we have going on, what we've rolled out in the last 2 months, and what we're working on. So kind of what's to come type thing. So just be aware the information that we are discussing today is not made available anywhere else. And it's done so intentionally. So we trust that you guys will kind of keep it close to the vest, especially for the stuff that we don't necessarily have rolled out yet. But we certainly want you out there spreading the word. So without further ado, also, I forgot, if you guys don't know who I am, I know it's usually a polite thing to introduce myself. My name is Heath Smythe. I'm the Director of Customer Experience, and I'm also in charge of partner development here at iFlip. So welcome aboard. In case I haven't ever talked to you, it's good to have you here. As far as today's agenda goes, we've got quite a bit on the plate. I'm going to try to knock these out in as timely fashion as possible without discounting the value. We're going to try to keep this webinar to about 30 to 35 minutes. So we'll spend maybe 5 or so minutes on each topic, and then we'll roll through. But today we're going to hit on replicated links. Our marketing guys rolled out a video on our Facebook page that outlined how our replicated links work now. It's still the same, but they've just changed a little bit. So we'll get into that. We have the ability now to order business cards. That's a new thing. A few of you have actually come to me before in the past with that type of request, so I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm also going to make sure we're all aware of how to post videos on our Facebook page. We have one really cool video right now that's available on the partner portal, or the member portal, I should say, and there's going to be a few more coming. So we want to make sure you know how to take a video that we post on the member portal and empower you to put that on your Facebook page. And make it look real good. So we'll talk a little bit about that. Recent updates to the website, we'll kind of hit on some of that stuff, maybe simultaneously as we go through the Facebook post portion. And then lastly, we're going to talk about who's at iFlip and who to go to and for what. I understand you guys have been hit with myself, Lee, who's our sales guy. I also know he's on this call. We've got, our marketing team. We've got Tatiana. So I can understand from your standpoint in your seat how it could potentially be a little bit confusing as to who do I go to and for what. So we're going to talk about that as well. Lastly, we're going to get into what's coming soon. So these are things that we have not yet rolled out, but we're actually going to be rolling them out hopefully sooner than later. The big one is the ETC clearing broker. One of you in the audience today has actually already signed up. Jerry, I've got an update for you as well, my friend, so stay tuned. So we're going to get into ETC clearing. That's going to be the new broker that we use for the long haul. If you recall, we currently use Interactive Brokers, or we have up to this point. Well, we've hit a point in the road where we're ready to take the next step as a company and leverage a company that's a little bit more flexible and willing to work with us a little bit more. So we'll talk about that. Event request page. We get event requests from you guys periodically to come to Chicago or come to Florida, or maybe it's a local thing. What we want to do is try to centralize all that. So we're going to create an event request page that will be located in the member portal. So we'll talk about that. And then the mobile app. We'll definitely get into an update on the mobile app and how things are trending from that perspective. So starting from the top of our list, we recently rolled out new replicated links. If you guys might recall, you would log into the member portal and you would click on partner resources and you would have all of your links here, right? But the problem was you would copy them and then you'd go to try to paste them in, say, your Facebook page, and you get this page not found error here. And that doesn't really look very attractive, right? When you're trying to share something amazing with your network, it doesn't look that attractive when we have that down here. So what we wanted to do is change that. So in order for us to do so, instead of it being iflipinvest.com/your username, we actually added one small addition to these replicated links. So now you can see it says iflipinvest.com/?I equals your username. I know that might be a little confusing for some of you, but you don't have to worry about that. Hold on real quick. You can't see my screen, only the iFlip partner screen. Okay, let me check real quick. That's my fault. Let's see. We'll stop the share. We'll try to share again. We'll do this. Can you guys see my screen now? Let's make sure. All right, a bunch of yeses. Sorry about that, guys. Let me go back one. Whoop. Okay, I've got a whole bunch of yeses. Fantastic. I'm going to go back one screen. That's my fault. I've got too many screens open. So, old state of our replicated links. It used to be iflipinvest.com/username. That wasn't working very well. We were getting this page not found error down here on our posts. So that wasn't too sexy looking. So we decided to go ahead and change that. There's not a ton to see, Raphael, as far as the links goes. I'll actually shift my screen here in just a second and show you the member portal and what those look like. Just know that now the new state of our replicated links, instead of it just being /username on the end, now it says /?I equals username. You can see that with this arrow right here in the right-hand image of my screen. So what that does, it's a coding thing. On the back end, it allows us to pull some metadata that's living on the back end of the page and actually let it live right here at the bottom of the posting. So instead of getting the error at the bottom, now we actually get some information that could potentially intrigue someone to click on your post and drive them to whatever page we're trying to drive them to. Let me shift. Can you guys, the screen is paused. Your screen, you're sharing. I'm trying to shift screens just so I can actually show you where it's at. So let me share a different screen now because I guess it's not quite as fluid as what I really wanted it to be. But here you can see the member portal, okay? So this is me. I'm logged into my account on the member portal, and you just click on partner resources here in the left-hand column. And then we've got all of our links here. So Raphael, you said you couldn't see the links. If I zoom in, you can see them a little bit more now. How it says /?I equals last name. The good news is you don't have to memorize that. Why? Because we made them all available for you right here. When you log in, all you have to do is copy and paste, whether it be in a text message, an email, a Facebook post, an Instagram post, whatever it may be. You can just copy and paste whatever page you want to share. Right now, the most common page to be sharing is the mobile app pre-registration. A lot of of you guys have been doing that, which is awesome. And the other one is driving people to our live webinar. Those are kind of the two big lead magnets, if you will, to try to get people into our database and ultimately in front of our sales guy, Lee. So that's that. Now, I apologize for the poor experience here, but I guess I have to stop sharing and then start to share my my PowerPoint again. So back to our PowerPoint. If you guys have any questions about replicated links and how those work, by all means, let me know. I just wanted to make that available for you guys because I wasn't sure if some of you may have the old version of the replicated links saved in your own little private document somewhere. And so I just want to make sure if you do, try to replace them with the new ones. So on to the next thing, ordering business cards. Common request by a lot of people. And we've tried to do this before in the past, didn't have much success with it. They kind of came out looking a little bit ugly. But we've set up a system now where you can see a picture over here. Again, I'll shift back over to the actual member portal here and show you what it really looks like in a second. But this is a screenshot of what the request business card form looks like. You just simply fill it out. And then our office admin, her name is Tatiana, she'll give you a call, and that's where she will collect your billing information, where you guys can talk about the number of business cards you want and all that good stuff. Generally, it would probably be a couple hundred. In-house, we all ordered 500 per person, and I think it costs us like 35 to $40 a person. So that kind of gives you a little bit of an idea. So she'll look through and try to give you the best rate available. But this is a great way for us to collect the information that you want to provide on your business card, and then we'll go ahead and order them on your behalf. The reason behind that is we want to make sure all of our business cards are aligned. We stay professional looking as a company and making sure no one's kind of going off the unbeaten path. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen for, once again, quick second. And I'll share one more time. And so you should see, okay, now I'm back in the member portal. And once you're on the member portal, all you have to do is click on Partner Resources again in the left-hand menu. And then you just scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you're going to see it says Request Business Cards. So here's where you're going to fill that out. You're going to click Submit, and then you're going to get a phone call, probably within 24 hours of the request. I'm going to guess that there's going to be a handful of you who do this tonight, which is fine. Just understand Tatiana's probably going to get blasted a little bit, would be my guess. So it might take her, if you do decide to fill this out in the next 24 hours, it might take her a little bit longer than usual to get to you, but she will definitely be on it. So that is business cards in a nutshell. And if you guys have any questions as I'm going through these items, write them down, and I'm going to try to speed through this as fast as I can, again, without discounting value, to leave time for questions. So moving on, website updates. So we've been making some adjustments to our website really for the last 4 or 5 months. I'm sure most of you have noticed we have a brand new website now, but we've made even some changes since then. Why have we made changes? It's number one, and most importantly, we're always trying to increase the visibility of our online presence. We've hired 2 guys who are absolute rock stars in the world of optimizing websites and creating meaningful content and all that good stuff. And so they're always doing things strategically on the back end that will help our ranking. So when someone searches for automated stock trading, who shows up? We do. So that's our goal. That's one reason why we make changes. It also allows the prospective customer to find what they're looking for on our website in quick and simple fashion. That's another reason. And then the other one, obviously, is to drive people to our big 3. The big 3 alluding to our Tuesday webinar, our mobile app pre-registration, and scheduling a demo with our in-house sales guy, Lee. So those are the 3 big lead captures that we're focusing on at this stage of our company. And we want to make it as easy as possible for you and the prospective buyer to find those 3 things and sign up for those 3 things. So that's the reason for the changes. So going to the changes on our website, you're going to notice, if you haven't already, I got to stop sharing again and share one more time. If you haven't already noticed, we have iFlipinvest.com. We have replaced the sign up button on our website with a request demo button. It's basically peppered all over our website, or a free demo is what it says. So you click on free demo up here in the top right hand corner. You can click on free demo right here in the bottom left hand corner. And this is without even having to scroll down. So if someone comes to our website, or you drive someone to our website, what's one of the first things they're most apt to see are these big orange buttons, free demo. Okay. So those are 2 strategic changes we're making, because right now we understand we only have a pro product available to sell, at least today. That pro product happens to be what most would define to be a high ticket item. Most people aren't going to impulse buy a $2,500 product. And so we've strategically designed it to say, okay, generally the first step of the sales process needs to be getting someone in touch with a sales expert, or getting them to a Tuesday webinar where they can get in front of our CEO and listen to who we are, what we do, and why we do what we do. So that's strategically why we went down that road, as far as making those changes goes. Pricing page, okay, and then another quick change we've made. Hold on, we've got one chat here. Okay, Jerry, I'll get to that in a little bit later. And so we've got another change we've made to our pricing page. If I go to our pricing page, instead of just the buy now button, you see we have iFlip Pro, because that's all we're selling at this point in time. But down towards the bottom, you have two options. You can also request a free demo or buy now. So again, trying to drive people to that free demo. And this is exactly the frame of mind that you guys might want to start thinking in, if you're not already as well, is instead of selling, start promoting. So, you know, try to get out of the world of selling someone on something and get into the world of promoting. If you get them into our database and into our lap, we can do a lot of the lifting for you. So Lee's been doing a bunch of research on our competitors. I just had a phone call with him before this webinar. He's getting really polished in the world of financial services. So driving your prospective buyers to someone who's been doing the homework is going to be your best bet. So that's another change we've made. And then the other thing I want to highlight to you guys, this isn't like a link that we have in our member portal. But it's another page on our website. Right here on the home page, we basically have what we already talked about, the free demo stuff. But as you scroll down, the three big reasons why you would buy our software instead of a competitor. One of them being the results. So a lot of people might ask, well, that sounds real great, Jerry, or that sounds awesome, Rebecca, this iFlip platform that you speak of. How did customers do last year? That's a very common question that we get. A lot of people want to know our performance. Well, guess what? We have that available for you now. So when you scroll down a little bit right here on the home page, we talk about the results here, and right here at the very bottom, we have a link that says See Artificial Intelligence 2018 Portfolio Performance. So if you click on that, it takes you to a really sexy looking article that Abe put together himself, where we talk about the performance of our preset portfolios in 2018. If this thing would go away, that would be fantastic. So these are our preset portfolios in 2018, how they performed against the S&P 500. Super powerful stuff and really easy to read. Our worst performing portfolio finished the year at 4.7%, while the S&P 500 finished at negative 6.3. So pretty powerful stuff right there to get someone at least interested. That might lure them to want to learn more and now sign up for a Tuesday webinar or a demo. So this is ammo that you can get to really drive people to our lead magnets, to our big three that we spoke of earlier in this conversation. As far as cookies goes, like, if you drive someone to our website, how do I know I get credit for it? That's the number one concern, totally understandable, from partners. Our entire website, does not matter what page you go to, our entire website is cookie based. So Jerry, I know you asked about the cookie thing earlier. If I threw on your last name here in the end, I don't know, or not your last name, your iFlip username. I'm not quite sure what your username is, but let's just pretend it's Jerry. We would do iflipinvest.com/automated-trading-software/Jerry. And then we'd click enter, and that would then drive them to still our main website. But Jerry, this would now be tied to you. It plants a cookie on their computer. So if they were to purchase from our website a week from now, 2 weeks from now, 4 weeks from now, whenever it may be, as long as they use the same device to purchase that they use to view our website, you will get credit for the sale. So is it possible that they could use a different device? Absolutely. Is it possible that they could clear their cache and cookies? Absolutely. There are some variables that are very, very difficult to account for. But as a certified partner, that's a portion of your responsibility to try your best to follow up with the leads that you know, to stay in tune with them, because if they do buy, you'll know. So that's the cookie-based portion of our website. I know we've talked about that before in the past. That's not new. So let's go ahead and go back to our slide deck here, and let's talk about who's at Flip. So, you guys, like I said, there might be a variety of reasons why you might reach out to us and on any given day. It might be because you haven't signed up for commissions yet. It might be because you need marketing material. It might be because you want to request an event. It might be, who do I go to help me sell this person? They seem so close, but I just got to get them over the hump. So here are the 5 main reasons, at least that I've compiled, of what you guys have generally reached out to us for and who you might reach out to for that. So commission sign up. Tatiana is going to be your number one go-to for that. She actually handles all the commission payouts. She makes sure the payouts are accurate. If they're not accurate, she troubleshoots why. And, she gets you taken care of from a commission payout and sign up perspective. I have her email listed over here. Tatiana at iFlipinvest.com. Broker account setup. Whether it's yourself who's trying to trade live with our software or someone you sold, that's one of my biggest jobs with this company, is making sure the experience of you and or the customer is excellent. I want to make sure it's smooth. If there are any bumps in the road, I'll handle them so you don't feel them. I'll absorb all the bumps in the road, and you just, kind of hang out and, go through the motions as needed, kind of thing. You're about to find out in just a second how much better we've made the customer experience as well. Marketing materials and business cards. You can do that on the member portal now. So you don't have to email anybody. All you got to do is log into the member portal, click on partner resources in the left-hand menu, and scroll all the way down to the bottom and fill out that form. Once you do, Tatiana will then reach out to you within 24 hours. Event requests, that's coming soon in the member portal. But until then, Tatiana's actually done a pretty good job of managing our inventory, and, when a request does come in, making sure we don't have anything else booked and all that good stuff. So in the short term, leverage Tatiana. If you happen to want to host an event or you want us to be there, reach out to her, and then internally we'll make it work for you. But we'll keep you posted on when the event request page is coming. Sales tactics and strategy, that would be a Lee and Randy primarily kind of thing. I threw myself in there as well, just because I've done quite a bit of research on our partners as well. And if Randy threw me in the fire and made me go make some sales, I feel confident I could probably do it as well. So if Lee and Randy happen to not be available and you want any insight to any capacity from a sales perspective, I could be the backup's backup kind of guy. But primarily Lee and Randy are going to be your go-to there. And again, his email address is listed over here on the right-hand side. So what's coming? We've already talked about the event request page. So I know that's the middle one on the list here. But again, the event request page is coming very soon. So stay in tune on that. We're going to make it real simple. And it's probably going to be located right next to the business card request portion. So there will be a rollout update on that. If you're not already following us on Facebook, please do, because we have a certified partner Facebook group that you can request to be a part of, and I'll make sure I get you in. And it's a private group, but that's where I post a lot of like short videos when we have fun little updates like event request page. So if you're a part of that group, you'll be even faster to know than anybody else. New broker, that kind of alludes back to the start of this call when I talked about the new broker that we're going to be rolling with for the long haul. The name of that broker is called ETC Clearing. There's a couple of reasons why we've gotten away from interactive brokers and decided to go with ETC Clearing. Not the biggest one, but one of the big ones is the ability to quickly sign somebody up, get their broker account open and funded in 180 seconds. That's the goal. and ETC clearing has giving us their blessing and told us they're willing to work with us to empower us to accomplish that goal. Interactive Brokers did not do that. Interactive Brokers is a much bigger company. They've been around for a long, long time, and they're really good at what they do, but not the best fit for what we're trying to accomplish. The other big benefit to ETC clearing is we're going to have more transparency on all of our customers' accounts. So when customers call us with a question about something, instead of having to give them a response of, let me get back to you, I got to contact Interactive Brokers, we can pretty much see everything we need to see to service you right there on the spot, which is going to be a huge benefit. The other one is the possibility of commission-free trading. There's a little bit of unknown when I say commission-free trading. It is going to be offered. We just don't know when and to what capacity. And by that, I mean, is commission-free trading going to be available for both algorithmic trading and trading on your own, or will it be one or the other? If so, when? So there's a little bit of gray area as it relates to that, but we do know it's going to be a big buzzword that we can use. And so we're pretty set on making it happen. We just don't know exactly the path we're going to take to get to it. It still might be $1 per trade in the short term. So just kind of be aware of that. Don't use commission-free trading as the number one reason why, someone joins ETC, at least until, the May or June. Let us kind of get our feet set a little bit. So what I want to show you guys real quick is what this looks like. Jerry, you've gone through this before, my friend, but we've made strides even since then. So when you guys process an order for somebody, did I share the wrong one? Stop share. Too many windows, guys. I thought that this was going to let me shift around. Okay. So, why won't that let me go? Okay. All right. So when you're going to process an order for someone, completely different experience than what it used to be. It used to be you would fill out this order form, and there was a thank you page where you could schedule an onboarding call with me. That was the experience, which is fine, but we're not really empowering someone to take the next step right away. And as you guys have probably heard the old saying, strike while the iron's hot. Not only do we want to empower you to process an order, but we also want to empower you to get everything else set up while you're at it. So here is about pretty much what the experience is going to look like. You're going to fill out an order form, whether it be for yourself or the customer. There's a little promo code field here that you guys can use to drop the price down to $24.95. As certified partners, you guys have that permission to do so. Once the order is processed, it goes to this page. Let's create your iFlip account. So here's where you're going to punch in your username and password. You see a bunch of X's here. Normally, this will all be pre-populated with your first name, last name, and email. And the only thing you have to fill in is your username and password. And then decide whether or not you want to be someone who wants to get paid for referrals or not. Once you submit this form, then it goes to broker account setup. This broker account experience is basically what we've spent 90% of our brain energy on the last 4 to 5 weeks. Believe it or not, it's way harder than it looks. Working with all these different players on the back end, basically what we're doing is we've built our own forms here where we're capturing all of the information that a clearing broker needs in order to open an account. So we capture the information and then we send it off in a secure file via API to the clearing broker to get your account opened. We are progressively speeding up the time of which it takes to not only fill this form out, but also pass the information from here to the clearing broker. Right now, it's about a 48-hour turnaround. So once our mobile app is out, it's going to be about a 5-second turnaround. So we're progressively speeding this up as we build our systems and work more closely with those that we've partnered with to make sure all stars align and everything is working properly. So for those of you who currently have accounts at Interactive Brokers, our certified partners are actually the first group of individuals that I would love to work with to assist you in getting your money moved from Interactive Brokers to our brand new broker that we're going to use for the long haul, which is ETC Clearing. You can see this form is very straightforward. It's only a 3-step process. For those of you who remember the Interactive Broker application, it was a pain in the butt. It took forever, and sometimes it would break, or their website would go down, and it was just kind of a mess a little bit. So this literally takes, I would say, 2 to 5 minutes to finish. As soon as it's submitted, within 48 hours, your broker account at ETC is opened, and then we can just initiate a transfer. In most cases, it will be an ACATS transfer, which is free, from Interactive Brokers to ETC Clearing. So I will assist you with all of that. We understand this isn't a 180-second experience yet, but we've made drastic strides. We've empowered someone to buy the software, get an iFlip account, and a broker account set up in about 5 to 10 minutes at most, which is huge. And you don't necessarily need me on the phone for that. Now you're still going to get a call from me anyways. So just so you know, when you sell somebody, especially if they're a pro customer, they will forever, for the life of this company, get a personal phone call from an internal representative, whether it be me or somebody else. Anyone who's paying for our high ticket item is always going to get the VIP treatment. So they'll always get a phone call, and we'll be willing to hold their hand all the way through. So as far as the mobile app goes, that was the last item on on the list. If you guys remember, the mobile app update. The mobile app is trending very well. I've actually seen the mock-up is completely finished, and it looks sweet. It's actually what you see on our website. If you go to our homepage and scroll all the way down, you can see actual screens of what our mobile app's going to look like. Those mock-ups are being built right now for the iOS version, for the Apple version of our software. Android is going to be following right behind it. We're working on bringing on a guy to kind of take care of the Android while we roll out iOS first. iOS generally consumes about 20% of the population. Android consumes about 80% of the population. So we strategically went after the smaller batch first, because we understand this is the first time we've rolled our mobile app out. We want to hit the Apple users first, and then we'll have Android coming in right behind it. The goal is to have the first version of our free version out in April. So whether that be the first, second, or third, or fourth week of April, don't know. I was just told in April. So far, everything's trending pretty well. What you're going to have the ability to do on the free version is, first and foremost, you're going to be able to trade stocks on your own, just like Robinhood. If any of you have ever downloaded Robinhood on your phone, you probably know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, I suggest you do, because we're going to basically empower someone to get a broker account set up and funded in 180 seconds and allow them to trade on their own right away. The free version will also come with 1 preset portfolio, potentially 2, but we're dead set on 1 for sure. There will be 1 preset portfolio that's already packed with stocks and algorithms. So it's point and click that the free user can use to basically take advantage of that preset portfolio. So we're super excited to offer that as well. As you make your way up the product line, there will be 3 different versions, at least as it stands today. We see 3 different versions of iFlip. There's going to be a Lite, an Advanced, and a Pro. I'll let Randy get into the details on all that when the time is right. But we're going we're going to continue to add a little bit more value and a little bit more value as you work your way through the product line. So we're really excited because we're going to differ from Robinhood in 3 big ways. And I'm saying this right now because you guys might get these questions from people who are Robinhood users or mobile app users. They're going to say, well, how's that any different than Robinhood? Well, number one, obviously, is our algorithmic trading. There's not one platform on this planet that actually executes the trades on your behalf without you having to do a darn thing. You can go play golf for the rest of your life, and our algorithms will do all the work for you. So that's number one. Number two is we're going to have fractional shares. There's no other company out there that has fractional shares, which is kind of cool. So we're super excited to have fractional shares. It might not be rolled out right away, the fractional share portion, but it is going to be made available shortly after. Every time I talk to Kelly, he's working on that type of functionality with ETC clearing on a regular basis. And then the last but not least is retirement accounts. Most of our competitors only offer individual cash accounts. That's it. They don't do corporate accounts. They don't do retirement accounts, none of that. So we are offering the ability for people to come on board who might have a 401k or an IRA and trade. Now, that might not be at the free level. It might be at a different level. But at the end of the day, you can still do it with iFlip. So that's what we're really excited about. Those are the big 3 in terms of how we differ from our competition. So what I want to do now is open things up so I can stop rambling here. If you guys have any questions, feel free to pop them on. I'm going to open up the chat window right now here. And so I have a couple questions. If an IRA or 401k rollover, what do you fill out for the first 2 questions? Good question. So you click on retirement here. So you can see what's kind of cool about this page. Let me X out of this. This is page 1 of the broker account setup. Depending upon what you select individual account, different fields appear. If you select joint account, different fields appear. So ultimately, the account type is going to dictate what fields appear. And I'm actually really glad you asked that, because the one type of account that we're not ready to roll over to ETC yet is retirement accounts. We're not ready for those yet. We're very buttoned up on individual accounts. We're buttoned up on joint accounts, and we're buttoned up on corporate accounts. There's another layer of, without getting too deep into the weeds, there's another layer that we have to square away with retirement accounts, since ETC by default does not offer retirement accounts. So we're working with a custodian. Provident is the name of the custodian. You guys have probably heard of them before. We have to work out a deal with them as well. So there's another player in the game as it relates to retirement accounts. Now, will the customer have to know about that? No, they don't have to if they don't want to. It'll be in our terms and conditions. You can read about it. We're not going to hide it from you. But also, some people just don't care. They don't want to know all the complexity. They just want to fill a form out, get their broker account set up, and let's get trading. So that's essentially what we want to do, is make the experience, no matter what type of account you have, we want to make it feel like it's all iFlip. So it's just real easy. So that hopefully answers your question as it relates to retirement accounts. If you click on that, you'll have the ability to initiate a rollover or a transfer of an IRA. So my member portal, James, login change from username to your email. How does the move to ETC affect open positions? Is there a need to change to ETC? There's not a, I guess, that's sort of a 2-part question. Yeah, 2-part answer here. Does the move to ETC affect open positions? No. You can move your positions that you're already using with iFlip from Interactive Brokers right to ETC. So when you initiate an ACATS transfer, just so you know, you can move both cash and positions without liquidating. If you don't want to liquidate your positions, you don't have to. Most of you guys are probably using iFlip right now at Interactive Brokers. So I would guess that most of the securities that you're currently invested in are securities that our software and our algorithms
are linked to. So there's no selling of any stocks that you would have to do. We would just simply move the positions. Is there a need to change the ETC? Yes and no. It's not. It's the future of our company. So if you want to remain in the future of where we're headed, I would suggest you move. If you don't want to move right now, I would suggest you heavily consider it in the next 90 days. It's what we're going to build our entire company around. And like I said earlier, it's going to give us more transparency on your account. So we have the ability to troubleshoot if something doesn't go right. We can get back to you a lot faster. And like I mentioned, once we get our feet set with ETC, there will be commission-free trading to some capacity, whether that's for trading stocks on your own or utilizing our algorithms. Those are two different worlds that will be available inside our mobile app. You'll be able to trade on your own from a pool of 3,000 stocks, 3,000 or more stocks really, or you can go on the algorithmic side of our app and allow our algorithms to execute trades on your behalf. We haven't decided which bucket is going to be commission-free trading. So maybe they both will be. We haven't fully decided that yet. We're offsetting a lot of the cost of our customers right now through, long story short, we're basically, if someone sets up an IRA, Provident generally will charge $100. We're actually eating that cost. So right now we have to mathematically think strategically as a company from a financial perspective and make sure we're doing the right thing for the business. And then when the time is right, we will certainly start to offload some of those costs and eat the dollar per trade type thing. So James, your account is a retirement account. For now, I would just leave it at Interactive Brokers, and in the next 3 to 6 months, we will help you move that. So we'll probably be ready in the next few weeks, but whenever you're comfortable and after we've kind of given everyone the nod that, hey, we're ready for retirement accounts, you are more than welcome to take action on that. So I'll be reaching out to each of you individually in the coming weeks to see what we can do to get your accounts moved over. That's really our goal. I haven't done it yet because there's been a few pioneers. Jerry, you're awesome. You're one of them, who's helped us iron out some of the kinks. My goal is to iron out most of these kinks before I come to you. Just please try to be patient. We may run across one or two things here or there where we're like, oh, we didn't think of that. But what we're hoping is that as certified partners, you guys are bought into these awesome changes that we're making and willing to work with us should we happen to run across any bumps in the road. Any other questions? All right, guys. I haven't gotten any other questions yet. So I think that's it. My brain has been loaded with a lot. I hope I hit on everything. I'm probably going to go to bed tonight and be like, oh my gosh, I didn't say this or that. But I tried my best to try to give you guys as detailed of an update as possible. I know there's a lot going on and it can be hard to keep up on. If you want to schedule a one-on-one call with me, please do. My phone number is in the signature of my email. You can call me on my cell phone, 517-230-4651. That's probably going to be your best bet. And then my office line is 602-603-0294. So feel free to give me a call. What I want to do is make sure each and every one of you feel confident with what we're doing and where we're going. Because I think that, at least if I'm in your shoes, that helps me have more fruitful conversations with people, being in the know a little bit. So if you're not sure about something and you want to learn more about something, call me. We can set up a time. Even if we can't talk for 30 minutes when you call me, we can schedule a time together. So keep me posted on that. If no one has any other questions, I think we're good to go today, guys. We went about 10 minutes longer than I wanted to, but hey, hopefully we all got a little bit of value. And like I said, if you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks, guys, and have a good night.